Opposites Attract podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, and I am with
Miguel Ramirez. What's going on, babe?
Babe, do I look like a naughty teacher?
You do.
I'm feeling myself.
I think I've seen this look on a website before.
Really?
Hey, before we get into all of that, let's take care of business first.
Okay,
all right?
Let's do it.
So, we're going to get into the plugs. As you guys know, this podcast is brought to you by Trust Inc. And Trust Inc. is
a nationwide mobile notary services. We do a lot of work with title companies. We do work with law firms and individuals as well. So if you have a document that needs to be notarized, doesn't matter what state you live in, we got your back. We are also independent associates with Legal Shield. And with Legal Shield, what we do is we give you access to law firms at the palm of your hand for a small monthly fee.
So kind of like legal insurance, everything that you would like to have and use on a regular basis is covered by your membership.
Exactly. It's like that time when we had a situation with T-Mobile. They didn't want to reimburse us. And so we had to sick our dogs on them, called the law firm.
Law firm, yeah.
Law firm wrote a demand letter to T-Mobile and we got our money back.
Yeah. And it was like $20. And usually you don't call a law firm for $20.
Yeah. No, it's actually $24.95.
No, I'm saying the $20 was what T-Mobile was trying to charge us over for, or they had already charged us over.
Right.
But anyway, you don't call a law firm for $20.
No.
But when you have attorneys that you can call whenever you need them, you can just hit them up.
No. Well, you also find out that time is money.
That's
right.
You
know, and you don't have time to waste it on ignorant people. Anyway.
Yeah. So you can find all of that at trustinkusa.com. That's trustinkusa.com. You can also find our podcast at oppositesattractpod.com. Mm-hmm. And you can see the YouTube channel. You can subscribe at the top of the page or on the side. You can find our Amazon affiliate link. If you click at the top and you click support the show, you'll see a link to Amazon. So anything that you buy on Amazon, you can buy it through that link and it helps the podcast out. You can support the podcast that way. And you can also find the link to Trust Inc. on the support the show tab.
Yes.
Awesome.
So.
And share the podcast.
Yes.
So
I
back
used to wear glasses.
Back to porn and naughty nurse look.
Not naughty nurse.
Or a naughty nurse.
Teacher.
I was thinking naughty nurse. Oh yeah, the teacher.
Yeah,
take it easy there.
Dress like this.
You know what? So I had on my favorite T-shirt. For those of you that are watching on YouTube,
why are you going to just throw me out? And you
made me change.
I did not. I asked you very politely. I'm like, hey, baby.
You did. And I was thinking that I have some shirts that I haven't worn yet.
Yeah.
That I bought to wear with you. Because if it was up to me, I'd be in T-shirts and basketball shorts all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
But so I'm not faking the funk this time. I put on a shirt and I have the shorts and shoes, no flip-flops.
By the way, this isn't on my list of subject. But, when we first met, you were suited and booted. Like...
Suited and booted. I'm going to fucking throw up.
We met at a Legal Shield event.
Does everything have to rhyme?
Hold on.
So that it's fucking cool?
Because I'm
suited and booted.
Because I'm cool. Anyways.
All right.
So he comes in and he has a suit on. I remember it was that tan suit that you owned.
We have a picture.
Yeah, we do.
That was in Tucson.
Yeah, but that's not when we first met, baby. But you were wearing that suit.
It was that suit. I wore that suit all the time because I couldn't afford other suits.
In Legal Shield, we dress in suits. Like it's a very professional.
Well, that's why I was in suits.
Right. So that's how I met you, though. And, some women, they like the whole role play, like firefighter, police officer kind of deal, right? Mine is a man in a suit. Like that's my deal, right?
What would the role play be for a dude in a T-shirt and basketball shorts? Who is that guy? The fucking dad walking around the house?
But so that's how I met Miguel, okay?
Yeah.
And so when we started getting to know each other, I mean, every time we got together, you were in a suit, right?
I mean, you were also dressed up like a hot business lady. Like, that's hot, too.
Yes, and I wouldn't wear anything this low. I'm just wearing this because I'm feeling myself, and we'll tell you why later on. But anyways, so, all of a sudden, the more you get to know people, right? The more you get to know people, because I didn't know, I knew you were in the Air Force before.
Yeah.
But when I met you, that's how I seen you, your appearance, right?
Yeah.
And so the more we got to know each other, I remember getting on you because we would go hang out and he loved to wear these flat caps, like flat.
Oh yeah, the
hats.
baseball hat, the fitted caps.
Oh my God. And that's just not
your style.
Oh, totally not. Like I would never talk to a guy
keeping it real
that was wearing a t-shirt, shorts with a flat fitted hat, whatever you call them. But that was his style. Like he came from New York, you know? And so after a while, that's all he wanted to wear were shorts and t-shirts.
No, but I've always dressed for the occasion. You don't catch me looking like a fucking disaster when I need to be dressed. And you know that.
Right.
But when we start living together, what do you want me in a fucking tuxedo walking around the house?
Dude, not a tuxedo. No.
With a monocle and a top hat? Like, I don't know.
Like, just come into the room wearing a suit. But I remember we used to get into arguments about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that was false advertisement. Because he's like, that's just not me. That's not how I dress. And I'm like, motherfucker, that's how I met you.
Yeah. So real quick, for last week we had a great podcast.
Yes.
With Paul.
Yes.
That was awesome. It was a different type of podcast from what we normally have. Well,
that was my type of podcast.
It was your type of podcast. Because usually it's just me and you talking like we are now.
Yes.
And then we've had my mom and we've had Chris.
Yes.
But it was different, but it was cool.
I loved it. I mean, a lot of people loved him.
Yeah.
And we will have him back to talk about finances. I mean, he has so much that he's doing and so much that he's accomplished. And he's such an open, down-to-earth individual.
Yeah.
Very honest.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
That was a whole lot of fun. Did you have something that...
No. I was just saying, like, maybe I should bring one of my friends on, to kind of balance the podcast. Because we went from... Like, we should get Chris for the next... When you bring a guest, I'll bring a guest the week after so that we can level the baseline.
What does that mean, though?
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around.
And how... We weren't even on that subject. How are you just going to interrupt my deal?
I thought we were done with the suits and shit.
Anyways, you guys are probably wondering why I'm wearing glasses. I used to wear glasses back in the day.
You did.
And I liked wearing glasses. But Miguel is like, girl, you're costing me too much money. You lose every pair of
glasses. She would fucking sit on them. She would step on them. She'd lose them.
I just lose them all the time because I hate carrying things like a purse. I don't, appreciate having to carry a purse.
Which I appreciate you not appreciating purses because those fucking things are expensive.
So anyway,
so you glasses?
Oh, the glasses. So yes, I got LASIK done.
Yes.
To save us money.
Did you write this down on the... Did you fucking LASIK from 10 years ago?
I know. So I don't wear glasses today, but the reason why I'm wearing these glasses is because I'm trying to find the owner. Okay.
Oh.
So we had a party for
Last
a
weekend?
family party,
Yeah.
but our family knows how to party. Obviously, when you find shoes and earrings and glasses. Somebody
fucking
went
panties
home.
and...
It was not
Dude,
panties.
we find people's clothes in this house. We're like... Whose underwear are these?
You're dumb.
And well, the good thing is that like we know each other.
Yeah.
So it's not like, but it's fucking weird. And then our clothes disappears because just this morning you were talking about. You remember I used to have a black pair of shorts like this, and I was like, they're probably with my brown pair of shorts that I can't find either. Like shit just fucking disappears.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? It will come up. Just like this ring
Eventually,
I'm wearing.
yeah.
I love this ring. I bought it a long time ago, and I thought someone stole it. Like it was gone. I could not find it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, our daughter goes snooping in my jewelry box, and she was wearing it.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, and I saw the ring. I'm like, oh, where did you find that? In your jewelry box? I'm like,
really?
No way. She's like, yeah, Mom. It was in a box.
Yeah.
But I never played. Anyways, so I'm trying to find the owner of these
those
glasses. I thought that
hold
they
them
were
up to
my
the camera?
sisters, but they're not.
So if you came to our house for a party
and you're
and
a
you
family
left
member,
your scratched up glasses at our house,
Fendi.
they look like this.
Is that the brand on the side?
It looks like they're Fendi.
Fendi. Anyways,
They're FUBU.
FUBU.
No, I'm just kidding.
I feel pretty sexy in these things.
They look good.
I
I haven't seen you in glasses probably in like 10 years.
You want to role play?
Yeah. All right.
Right
We're
now?
going to cut
Later?
this podcast
Yes,
short. We'll
short.
be back. No.
So and I didn't just realize this, but do you know that we didn't have any alone time before we got married?
Yeah.
You know, like we never got to break in the countertops or...
How do you break in countertops?
You know
with your butt cheeks?
Yeah. You know, or the sofa. Like, we never had that alone time.
In this house or in the other house? In any house?
When we first met. Because when we first started dating, my mom was living with us.
Your mom was...
She was living with me. Sorry. She was living with me.
Yeah.
Before you.
Before the kids moved in.
Yes. So we never had like that hot, steamy...
Yeah.
Before you get married kind of
Yeah,
sex.
not before you get married.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know.
It's always been something.
Yeah. Because my mom moved in. Or she was living with me when you and I met. So when you moved in, my mom was living with us for a while.
Yeah.
And then after my mom, we had Adriana.
Yes.
And then our mom moved out. My mom moved out. And then we got my sister's kids.
Was your mom with us when Audrey was born? I think she might have been.
No. She wasn't.
Out.
Because, yeah. She moved out right before.
That's right. Audrey was born. Oh, because we have baby pictures of Audrey and the kids when they moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Miguel and I are alone.
For the weekend.
I
miss my kids, though.
I do. But this is fun.
But we get to have some fun.
This is fun.
We got the safe unlocked. We got all the shit out that we can't have out when the kids are around.
Don't come over right now.
Yeah. There's fucking guns and dildos everywhere.
Oh my God. It was so funny because our guest last week, our guest last week.
Yes, this is
said
opposite.
A bad word. Like bad word. I said a bad word.
Shit?
I don't know. It was something. And I'm like, no. Trust me. You're okay.
He's like, are we allowed to say poop on the podcast?
I'm like, trust me, you're fine. You know, because you really don't know what
we should have
played. We should have
played him a clip of like 3 podcasts ago.
Oh my God. I know the one with Chris, right?
With the fucking needles and the Thailand strip club. Holy shit.
So anyways, so we have no kids. They're with my niece right now.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yes,
for taking the kids.
We appreciate it.
Before we move on any further, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the podcast. The Amazon affiliate link.
Yes.
I wanted to thank CJ from work because he used our Amazon affiliate link to order a bunch of stuff for his boat.
Very cool.
So thank you very much.
Thank you
for doing that and for supporting the podcast.
Yes.
And so Nikki's got the kids for the weekend.
Yes. So we were going to pick up our nephew, and that didn't work out either, which was fine because then we realized like we're alone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're alone.
This is actually the first podcast that we're recording where we didn't lock the kids in a room.
Right. We only had to lock the dog.
That sounds bad, yeah. That reminds me of something else that I've been wanting to talk about on the podcast, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to be for the next one.
So, yeah.
So I decided to wear the bodysuit that Joey liked.
Is that the one?
This is the one.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know what I realized?
Said, I know why Daddy married you.
But you know what I realized? Like
perv.
I needed to go potty like really bad right before the podcast. I told you I'm going...
Number 1 or number... I'm just kidding.
Up. Anyways, so I'm like doing the pee-pee dance and then I'm like, oh shit, like it's a bodysuit. So you have to, this one has the little boom where you could just undo it, but it sucks. And if you're a woman and if you have like a one piece or a jumpsuit, you know how much it sucks when you go out to a club and you have to go because the lines are like around the corner and you have to go. And then you get in there and you realize I got to take everything off. I have to take everything off.
Yeah.
Those are the problems that us women have.
This reminds me.
Like you guys have a hole, you have a zipper. You can
it's super
undo
convenient.
the zipper and pull your stuff out. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just not fair.
You could just go wherever.
That's
I'm going
not
right
fair.
now.
Shut up. I saw something. Was it on Amazon where there's an attachment for girls where they can actually pee? Was it you who showed that?
So it's like a funnel or some shit. I think that was a joke. I don't think that was real.
I don't know. But I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea.
You know what? What this reminds me of, I saw, it was a joke. I think it was on Facebook. Somebody had posted something, but it was like polo shirts for men, but the bottom is like a onesie, so it doesn't untuck. It's got little buttons, like little snaps that you freaking put in between your legs.
Yeah.
And you put your pants on, and your polo shirt never comes up because you got the snaps holding it down like a onesie.
Well, it's kind of like your shorts, the pants that we bought for you that turn into shorts. The pants that turn into shorts. You can unzip them.
You unzip them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this reminds me of something.
Wait, are you going off subject?
No, it's similar, but it's very inappropriate, which my listeners might appreciate.
Well, we're not going there. Anyways, so shirt, yesterday...
What the fuck? No. your onesie bodysuit thing.
Yes.
So I have friends of mine that like to send me fucked up shit, right?
All the time, yes.
Like messed up video. There's a friend of mine there's a couple friends that send me some videos, and then they're horrible, but I have to forward them to somebody else so that he can see the horribleness. Well, speaking of this bodysuit shit, he sends me this fucking video of...
Is that where you're going?
Golf.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
He sends me this video, and it's kind of like a bodysuit, kind of like the fucking snaps.
Yeah.
But all you see is like heels and an ass, and it's like twerking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're like, what the fuck is this? And then all of a sudden, the snaps get undone, and a fucking set of balls and a dick flops out. And I was like, oh, what the hell?
No. You know what
so
I thought?
Bad.
You
so
know what
bad.
I thought you were going to talk about?
And then I sent it to somebody else.
You know what I thought you were going to talk about?
What?
Okay. So I work from home, and we have access to each other's Facebook and Gmail accounts and stuff.
You could just go on the computer, and it's like we're logged into everything.
Yeah. So one day I'm working on the computer, and Miguel has his Facebook thing open. And so I go to minimize or something, and on his Facebook inbox, right, there's a message from someone at work, and it's of... Do you know what I'm talking
this is
about?
what it was. This
What
is what
was
it was. It was Tiger Woods had just won his last Masters or whatever it was the last big tournament. We don't watch golf, but it was like in the news. Everybody knew like Tiger Woods so far into his career. They thought he was done.
Yeah.
And he wins this championship, and everybody's like, holy shit, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's a clip of Tiger Woods putting, and as the golf ball's going down the green into the hole, when it goes into the hole, it cuts to, I guess, some kind of a porn.
Vagina.
No, it was her butthole. And then the golf...
That's even worse.
It was somebody else that they had putted a ball, and it fell into the girl's butthole.
Yes.
So I get this message, but at the same time...
I responded. So anyways, I respond...
What? Let me pull... I'll pull it up right now.
So I respond as, I respond to your friend's message.
Yes, but from my account.
From your account.
Yes.
Oh, you got to listen. This is hilarious, okay?
Yes, here it is. So he gets you get the video that he sent me.
Yes.
And from my account, you respond back to him.
Yes.
And it says, ew, you guys must not be too busy. Sorry, babe, you left your Facebook open on my laptop. So my friend responds to you through my messenger account saying, I am so embarrassed. Sorry. Had I known, I would have never sent this disgusting pic, and I am really sorry. So he responded back.
Yes.
But the notification now came to my phone.
Right.
And I like fucking with people. So I respond back through my phone as you saying, you are disgusting.
That was me.
No, I sent this from my phone.
Okay.
I put, you are disgusting. Please don't send my husband garbage like this again. And then I put, and it was not a picture. It was a video. A video of a girl with her asshole open for the world to see. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That was me snapping. Sorry.
So that was me responding as you. And then he responds back, I understand your disappointment. And then, but at the same time, you should be careful how you talk to me. Now he's getting crazy. And I put, as you, I was like, don't threaten me. I will bury you. So yeah, that was funny.
So, anyways, I just that's what I thought.
How
you were
the
gonna
hell
talk
did
about,
we get
'cause
to
that? Was
that?
so funny. I don't know. That's not even on our list, but that was just hilarious. So yesterday when we finally it hit us that we're alone, we're like, "Ooh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And Miguel's like, "Well, do you want to go out for dinner?"
Yeah.
No, we go to Costco.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to take you out on a date.
So then I
So we
asked
go
him,
to
"Would you like
Costco.
to go out for a beer?" And he says, "Yes." So I take him to Fry's.
Yeah, they have the Fry's is the local supermarket that has a bar
There's
inside
a
of it.
bar. Yes,
So, yeah.
in our
then-
Fry's.
yeah, you can drink beer and wine, which
So that was
maybe we'll
kinda
do today.
cool, you know?
Maybe we could do that today.
Yeah. And then we made a
How
special
exciting.
stop.
We're old as fuck.
I know, right?
Like, maybe we could go to the fucking supermarket and have some beers.
But then we made a stop before.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we went to an adult
Boutique
playground,
or whatever.
you know,
Not
right?
playground. We didn't go to some.
It's kind of like a playground.
Yeah.
There was all
It
these
was a-
toys.
yeah.
What do you mean it's not like a playground?
Well, there's different kind of adult shit that you can go to. So you got to be a little more specific. We didn't go to a glory hole or anything. We just went to go look at some accessories.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So now we're like, what are we going to do today?
But me being a cheap ass, I just remember the name of shit and then I look it up later.
That's
on
not
the
cheap.
computer.
That's being smart.
Being thrifty.
Yeah, but that's being smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's
So it's been fun. It's been
yeah,
fun. But
we've had a good
I
time.
realized like, you know, that we never had this alone time. So when we do realize that we're alone, we're like little kids. Ooh,
Yeah.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to get into?
yeah, it's
You know?
fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good weekend. And this morning I just realized that I have another day off tomorrow,
Yes.
which got me super excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get to continue the party.
Yeah. So don't come over.
Yeah, leave us alone. So speaking of like messing with people, I got this new prank at work. So you know how we like to prank people, and last time I think if you guys have listened to the podcast,
I can't see my
we had
notes.
the forgetful prank where I was in a car accident and I was very forgetful and I'm an inspector. But anyway, that went really well and now it's over. But now we decided we got a new batch of new guys and we have a new prank. So what it's going to be is that I'm like a wannabe motivational speaker
Oh,
and I'm trying to get these new guys to sign up for my seminar.
nice.
So the other guys
Nice.
at work are playing along like, oh yeah, we went to some of his thing and he kind of sat down with us.
Yeah.
And one guy was going to say like that him and his wife were getting ready to have a divorce and that I helped them through their fucking divorce. And one guy was hooked on drugs or some shit and I helped him out with that. And
You know what's so good about this?
what's that?
Is that we have video and pictures of you presenting
Yes.
because of Legal Shield,
So-
all suited.
So this is the thing is that there's another friend of mine from work who's really good with the Photoshop. So
Yes.
this is what we're doing is he's making me a flyer. And I think we kind of borrowed some stuff from a Tony Robbins seminar.
Yeah.
So we named it similar to his seminar. It's kind of like Unleash the Lion or fucking something
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But because of those Legal Shield pictures,
Yeah.
he cut me out and like I'm speaking with a suit on.
Yeah.
And I'm, making gestures or whatever. And he's going to make a whole flyer and then we're going to make a sign up sheet. And then we have people that are already fake signed up with their
Yeah, yeah.
email. And it says that they've paid and it says that or either they've paid or they're going to pay me on payday. So I'm going to try and get the new guys to pay me
Yeah.
to pre-register for my event. And then I'll give them the money back once it's over. But I'm going to change their life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
it's
going to
gonna
be
funny.
very interesting. So how's that going to end though?
It's going to end with me giving them horrible motivational advice.
Like
Yeah.
one-on-one?
Yeah. No, I'm going to make this awkward. Like I'm going to try and change their life at work. Yeah. So it'll be funny. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
What we should do is get you presenting for Legal Shield and have them attend.
Oh, jeez.
That would be hilarious. Anyway.
So yeah, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's the new prank at
Yeah,
work.
that's pretty good. So you had brought up a subject like regarding that there's always, and you didn't put it in these sources, but there's always You always have like really good workers, people that go over.
Yes.
And
I've mentioned this before. Well, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast.
no. But the reason why, like, after you brought it up, I went and did a signing for a company.
Yeah.
And I walked in to deliver the documents, and she asked me for my information because they weren't happy with the previous signers that they've been using.
Yeah.
And so she was telling me that they left some documents at a different branch and didn't talk to her or ask for permission. So here she is waiting for the docs. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, that's not something I would ever do.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went back to what you were talking about. Do you want to share what you were talking about on that? But it's true, you know? And
well, you know what? And this will lead into the school stuff that we have to talk about. But yeah, like in every job, it doesn't matter what it is, whether you're working at Walmart, whether you're working at Burger King, if you're in a mortgage company, real estate, fixing helicopters, it doesn't matter what it is. There's always the people that are horrible at their job, like they are not good.
yeah,
Then there's people that are in the middle, and then you have people that are excellent, that are really good at their job.
right.
You know, like even at Burger King, I'm sure there's people that are great. I mean, and maybe for them, eventually they're going to leave Burger King and they'll be great doing something else.
Right.
But then there's people that fuck up everything they touch.
So Miguel's deal, and this is funny because it always happens to you.
Oh, it happens to me all the time.
I don't care if he goes to Burger King, but it's like every fast food restaurant. He'll come home, which now you should know to check your order right there and then.
Yeah, yeah.
And something will be missing. Something will be missing, and it's like he's starving at this point.
Something's missing, or they fuck
and
something
it's
up.
always his food.
Yeah.
Like it's like the universe knows what you're feeling, and you are causing this
I'm attracting
negative energy
the fucked
to
up orders.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, because every time we go to a line too.
Oh, yeah.
In this grocery store, you're like, are you kidding me? But it never happens.
No,
to
well,
me.
that doesn't have to do with the worker. That's just something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's you, my love.
But with Burger King, with any of the fast food restaurants, but the reason that it bugs me so more than
because you're not that way.
not that it's not that I'm not that way, but the way I see it is like, if you can't do this, what are you supposed to do? Like, if you can't get an order right for a fast food restaurant, where are you supposed to go from here? You know, the guy that's killing it at Burger King can move up to something else.
Yeah.
But if you can't handle Burger King, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's just
But maybe not, because there's those people everywhere.
I don't know though. I think it's just people being appreciative of where they're at and being grateful for where they're at and doing the best that they doing their best with everything that they do. You know what I'm saying?
We've talked about this at work recently, and I brought this up in a couple of meetings. A bunch of people have actually brought this up, not just me. But what it is pride in your work, is taking ownership for the work that you do, knowing that your name is on it.
Yes.
Because even at Burger King, if I'm working at Burger King, I don't want that order coming back and being like, oh, Miguel worked on that order and he fucked it up.
Right.
I would rather than be like, damn, this fucking thing of fries is filled to the top. That's awesome. Who did that? Or I want to give a compliment to whoever prepared my order at Burger King. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just taking pride and ownership of what you do.
So how do you teach that, and where does it start?
That fuck, man. I don't know, because I've always as far as I can remember, I've been that way. When I was a mechanic, when I would work on stuff, the last thing that I ever wanted was people coming back to me and saying like, dude, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if somebody came back to me and said, hey, this is fucked up, I wanted to be the one to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want people fixing my shit for me. Like, it's my deal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if I've worked on a bunch of them, like where I work, I used to be on the assembly line. So let's say that they found something that was fucked up and I had messed it up on the last 4 helicopters.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go fix it on all the helicopters that I messed it up on because it's mine.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Taking ownership, responsibility.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But it comes from somewhere. That comes from somewhere. And with our kids, and I see this with you, like you're more this way. That's why if Joey's not listening or giving me a hard time, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Here I am trying to help you and you're being mean. You're not listening. I said, you know what? Daddy's going to be coming home. Daddy's going to work on this with you. And he's like, no. And I realize that the reason is because if they're doing homework with me, I'm more lenient, like about their writing, their penmanship. You know what I'm saying? You will make him erase it over and over and over again until it looks good, until he's writing it correctly. And me, I'm like, you know what? He's doing the homework.
Yeah.
I can read it.
Well, this is the thing. I've talked to you about this before.
But that's where I feel that comes from. Is just do it right, do it good.
My dad used to do that to me.
That ding, 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 ding.
And that's it. And also, my dad's personality.
Yes.
When he gets into something, I guess kind of like me, when he gets into something, it's got to be the right way.
Right.
Kind of like this podcast. Like I'll spend hours researching, looking up videos and how to edit and all this other stuff. So, I mean, with penmanship, and we can get into the school stuff in a minute, but with the penmanship, like that translates into a lot, especially math. Because if you have sloppy handwriting, when it comes to math, if you don't write neatly and you don't line up the numbers correctly, it's just going to throw everything off.
Yeah.
And I remember being a kid, my dad used to talk to me about, like, he would erase my whole page and he would tell me, do it again.
There you go.
And, there's those things that as a parent, we're parents now, you kind of look back at the way our parents used to parent us and you can see the things that they got right.
Yes.
And the things that they got wrong.
Yeah. Like my mom
and that I think is one of the things that my dad, like at the time, I was like, God, this sucks.
Yeah.
But I have shitty handwriting, but if I need to write, if I'm doing math, it's in order. Yeah. It's important.
And with me, like my mom was always hustling. She still hustles.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? She always had a job. 1, 2 jobs, whatever. She always had something that she was doing. My mom was always a hustler and still a hustler to this day. But I don't recall like the homework or anything. I think I was very self-sufficient to where I don't remember having to go that route. But my mom was, I don't know if you would say she was lenient. Maybe just because I was doing what I needed to do, she was never on me. So no one really kind of course corrected me, I think.
You just kind of
And I'm just very laid back anyway, you know? And so that's where our different personalities, but I love the fact that we are so different because the kids are going to not totally be to the right or to the left. They're going to be well balanced.
Balanced out, yeah.
Right.
Hopefully. They could be shit shows, both of them, but we'll see. The only way you'll tell is when they grow up.
They're going to hear you in their ear,
the little humans that
like
they grow
when they're
up to
writing, they're going to hear you. I know Adriana's penmanship looks way better, and I know it's because she hears your little nagging voice. How does that look?
Well, the thing is that,
which is awesome.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into all the details of freaking 7-year-old penmanship. But I mean, letters are supposed to be the way they are.
But that's where it starts. Like that's where you learn that. You
know what? It's doing things the right way from the beginning.
As parents or guardians, whatever it is. I think it starts at that age. And I didn't have a whole lot of that, but I can tell you now, like with my business, like because it's my name, I am the brand, it is me. Yeah. Like I will take time to look over the documents, to know what I'm signing, to ask questions to the title, to the escrow officer if I'm not sure what's supposed to be done. Like I am learning that with Trust Inc.
Yeah.
Because you have to be detailed. You have to be detailed.
Yeah. One of the things that we talk about at work is the people that, like when you miss something, some people are like, okay, no big deal. Now, some other people take it very serious. Like, oh, fuck, I messed that up. Ugh, what? And they beat themselves up about it. And That is a good thing. I was talking to one of the guys at work this week, and I was like, you know what? It's good that you're beating yourself up. I was like, inside if what you're being written up for is bullshit or not. Like, there's some things that just really don't make a difference. Like, it was going to be fine no matter what. But if it's something serious, you know that. Mm-hmm. Now, I've missed some things that aren't a big deal, and it's kind of like water off a duck's back. It's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've talked to you about it. I've missed some things that were more serious, and I didn't feel good about it. And it took me a while. Like, I had this fucking cloud over me because I'm like, damn, like, I was disappointed in myself.
Right.
And you know what? Like, the way I see it is like, I will not fuck that up
Make
again.
that mistake again.
You know?
But that's it. That's the gold at the end of the rainbow. That's the lesson in that. But some people beat themselves up over and over and over again. And
that's not bad.
It's not bad, but just fix it. Stop beating yourself up. Fix it. And I think this is going to come full circle when you and I were talking about, instead of being over positive with the kids, like they suck at math, but tell them, oh no, you're doing so great. You're doing amazing.
Yes.
And instead of telling them, listen, you are not the best at math, but you know what? We're working on it, and that's the thing with him and I, because I am so positive and, and that's just me, that's my character, but I'm also real.
And I am the opposite.
But I also am real with myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not doing something right, I'm real with myself. And with other people, though, I think that you brought up a very good point. Like, if you suck at something, if you're fat, you're fat. Like, look in the mirror and say, okay, sorry. Okay, I'm big. I got to lose some weight. This is unhealthy. This is not good. Instead of looking in the mirror and saying, damn, I'm sexy. Or whatever it may be. Yeah. But do something about it. Don't lie to yourself. If you don't like where you are, be honest with yourself about it and then do something about it.
Yeah. You know what? That reminds me, dude, we got so much to talk about this week, and we're already more than halfway through the podcast. But that reminds me of the book that we're listening to.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. We talked about it a couple podcasts ago. You guys have to listen to this book. You haven't gotten to this part.
It's sad. Like,
it's sad. It's very sad. The beginning.
And so personally, I don't want to listen to that in the morning when I have to be positive and upbeat and smiley. That's the thing about this book, like, once you start getting past, right now, I think you're at the end of the sad part because he's giving you the backstory. I'm like,
and when you listen to this book, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
If this kid went through, or this guy went through all this shit, he has
a child.
He has every reason to not be successful.
Oh yeah. To not, succeed.
Because he could blame it on so many different things that happened to him in his life.
Yeah.
And now he decided at this point, like, it's on me.
Right.
So anyway, one of the things that I got to in this book that was really cool, he has something called an accountability mirror. I think it's called let me see.
Accountability mirror where.
So he takes, not that one. Let me see.
I had something like that. Remember? You told me to take it down.
It was it's an accountability mirror. So he's like, you just buy a cheap mirror and you buy Post-its and then you put the truth on the Post-its. Like, he talks about, like, if you're fat, or even this is one thing. Like, fat, everybody knows. Like, if you're fat or if you're not fat, I mean, you can bullshit yourself, but
Yeah.
But this is one thing that a lot of people do not like to talk
admit.
Admit. It's kind of taboo, but smart. People are like, everybody is fucking smart, right? He was like, that's not fucking true.
Yeah.
He's like, I was dumb. And it seems like it wouldn't be good for you to tell yourself that you're dumb.
Right.
But he's like, don't fucking fake it. If you're dumb, look in that mirror and be like, you're fucking dumb. But we need to study. We need to get to work. We can fix this. But you're a fucking dumbass. Like, right now, you're a fat fuck. Like, he's like, just be real with yourself. in the mirror and then put on there, like, this week I'm going to lose 3 pounds or I'm going to lose 5 pounds or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, but fucking just put it on there and get to work and fucking look at it every day. But don't bullshit yourself. Like, oh, I'm the greatest, whatever. And it's like, and that's the thing. Like when, we've had this with Audrey, and you know what? Like, I am not doing this book any justice. Like, you have to listen to this for yourself. You have to, because I just can't explain it the way he explained it. Okay. But we've had this with Audrey where, like, she'll be singing or she'll be doing or jujitsu. She's like, oh yeah, I'm good at this. And I'm like, yeah, you're getting better. Yes. But fucking take it easy. Yeah. All right? Because there's a lot of people that can kick your ass.
He doesn't say that to our daughter, by the way.
No, but that's what I'm saying to myself in my head.
No, like I always say, like my sister Diane,
this is what I always tell her. When she's I'll let her finish what she's saying. She's like, "Oh, I'm doing good." And I'm like, "But." And then she'll say, "But I can get better." Yes. I always end it with, whenever she's like, "Oh, I'm doing that, but I can get better." Yeah.
So my sister Diane, she's 5 years older than me. She's she passed in 2007. She was absolutely smart. Like
her son
was just, like Nito. Nito's like her. She can read a book and just soak up the information. Like, just soak up the information.
Yeah, some people are like that. It was
so amazing. Like, she graduated from San Diego University, Dean's List. I have the letter. I have, her diploma. And she was just so amazingly smart. Me, when I went to college, I had to work. I had to study. I had to really put time into it. And that just wasn't my gift. A week ago, I went to go visit my old college because I feel like I'm being called to go back to school. And I don't know what it's for, but I took my goddaughter with me, Cassandra, to go back to Phoenix College. And it was so cool going back and just being in the environment because I always enjoyed school. Yeah. Even though it was a struggle just because I had to put so much time into it. Yeah. And I had them pull my transcripts and I did really well, like A's and B's, I did very well. And it felt good to see that because I completely forgot like how well I did. Yeah. But I knew how hard I had to work to get those grades as well. I totally had to earn it. And so, yeah, you're right. It's like everyone, there may be some things that you're not the best at that you can work at, getting better at. And that's something that it just takes you taking responsibility and being honest with the things that you don't like and go search for the answer.
Yeah. And all that stuff will build your reputation. Yeah. Whether you take shortcuts, whether you do good work. Yeah. It builds your reputation. Yeah. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You develop a reputation and people will know you for that person that you...
And it's like owning up to it. Like just owning up to it.
That's another thing that people will know about you. That will be part of your reputation. If you always blame other people and it's not your fault, so-and-so didn't do it. Right. Or, you know what? Ultimately, it's my fault. I fucked up.
And it's so funny because like with my grammar, like there's times like I know I'll say some words that are not the right words and I'll laugh at myself. Like I'll hear the podcast. I'm like, what the hell did you just say? Like it was the last podcast. I was talking about Legal Shield. And I said to instead of in. And I'm like, what the hell? Why would I say to? Like,
that's what Audrey does.
Did you hear that? And Audrey does it. And I see her, and I'm like, oh my God, this poor little girl. Yeah. It's like she's going to have to work harder at it. But it
doesn't mean you can't get good at it.
It's so funny. So I looked at my college transcript and then creative writing and all of that. Like, I did pretty good. I got like an A and I got a B. And
but
I'm like,
you probably had to work hard for that.
Yeah. But I realized.
Harder than most people.
Totally. But I went immediately from high school to college. Like immediately. I didn't give myself no break, no, because I knew that if I did, that I may not ever attend. But I think that's what's drawing me back to go to school, because I want to not sound like a dummy. I want to get better.
But you don't have to go to school for that. Like with what we're doing,
you know,
you don't have to go to, like, you can just work on it without paying a college. Like, what good is a degree going to do for you? I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
speaking of school, we got some school stuff to talk about. We had to, was it last week or the week before? We had to meet with Joey's teacher and a couple other people, just because he's having some trouble in school. And the thing is, he is a very smart kid.
He is. He takes after you.
Yeah, it's just he's having trouble with, you know, certain things. His writing's not the greatest, which we're working on. His reading, he needed help with reading, with everything, pretty much.
With math.
So we met with all of them, and they sent us home a questionnaire. You know what? Where is it? Is that around here somewhere? Anyway, whatever. We can talk about the questionnaire.
My guess.
So they wanted us to fill out a questionnaire about, you know, his history.
Right.
So that we could turn it into them, and they can kind of develop a plan to help them. Now, Joey has been in this school since kindergarten, first grade. Now he's in the beginning of second grade.
Right.
So, yes, but some of these questions sometimes, like,
did you take drugs while pregnant?
Did you take drugs while you were pregnant? Did you smoke while you were pregnant? Has he ever been? How many times has he been dropped on his head as a baby? You know, this was the good one. How do you discipline your kids? Like, what the fuck do you think people are gonna put on the survey?
I beat them with a fly swatter.
I beat the shit out of that's how I discipline them. I fucking beat them senseless. You know, nobody, even if you do, nobody's gonna put that.
Right.
And we don't do that.
No.
For the record, you know. No. I think I've talked about it on here. Like, when they get really out of line, I'll give them maybe a swat on the ass.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember the last time that we've had to do that. Even though Audrey's turning into a little sassy pants, and she maybe needs that from time to time.
Little girl.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time. But anyway, like, they're giving you this survey, and I'm like, hold up. I'm like, hold up a fucking second. Like, he's been in your school since kindergarten, first grade, now going into second grade. You know, and I started looking shit up, because you know me. So the kids go to school on average in the United States 180 days out of the year. Now they have half days, they have, I don't know, whatever. But they go to school for what, 6 hours a day?
Yep.
And 6.5 hours a day. They have half days. And if you multiply that by 180 school days, and you fucking take out some of the half days, whatever, it comes out to be like, I don't know, anywhere between like 750 and 1,000 hours of school a year.
So, do you hear this, man? This is not something I would do. Like, although...
Well, just because I'm curious. I'm like, what the... like?
Oh my God, you're such a nerd. So the thing is that, like, they're asking us questions, and then they come like, hey, we need you guys to help us out a little more. On how to motivate him or how to figure out... And you know what? Like, I get it. There are kids and all that. But the thing that really fucking bothers me is that they're kids. Yeah. They're little kids. They should be playing. They should be having a good time. Joey should be playing Legos when he gets home. He should be playing with his Transformers. He should go to the park. He should go hang out with his friends. They should go swimming. They've been at school for 6 hours or 6.5 hours. Like, really, even fucking homework. They shouldn't need homework after a 6.5 hour school day. Yeah. Even if you take an hour for recess and lunch, that's still 5 hours or 5.5 hours. That should be more than enough for a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old for Audrey. Yeah. That should be more than enough. Right. They shouldn't have to come home and do another hour or 2 hours of fucking homework. Right. And then you're going to tell me that we need your help? Yeah. This is the thing that really fucking bothers me. And you know what? I will help. I'll do whatever I can. I went to school to be a fucking jet mechanic, to work on helicopters, to work on aircraft. I didn't learn how to teach kids. Right. They went to school for this shit. Right. And just like we were talking about earlier,
with the jobs, this is something, teachers are great, but just like everything else, there are those teachers that are at the very top, the best teachers, and we were fortunate that Audrey had a great teacher last year.
Yes.
And you can see it. You can tell the difference.
Totally.
You know, when she noticed that Audrey was falling behind, she would have Audrey stay after school, and she would work with her one-on-one.
One-on-one. She put her own time
after class.
Invested her own time into our daughter.
You know what? Because something wasn't right in her classroom, and she took ownership of what was happening. Mm-hmm. Because Audrey, and you know what? Audrey's doing really good this year.
Oh, she is. It's like night and day.
We need to talk to the teacher. Because it's fucking true. Because Audrey is a reflection of her.
Yes.
Because if they're like, well, who was your teacher last year? Like, you don't know this?
Right.
That reflects on the teacher that she had.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So teachers are amazing, but just like everything else.
Yeah, there's some that do the very minimum. You know, they just to slide by. You know? And that's unfortunate because the teacher, I feel that they should be getting paid what they're worth. I mean, those teachers, you know what I'm saying? Because they are raising the next generation. Yeah. I mean, no kid left behind. How is that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that means that you just pass them to the next grade, even if they're not qualified.
Yeah, because when we were in this meeting, I'm like, wait a minute. I said, I was surprised that they didn't ask to hold Joey back. And they're like, oh, no, we don't do that. I'm like, what?
How? Like, isn't there a standard?
They said it's up to you. If that's something you want to do.
I'm not the fucking teacher. But I didn't go to school for this shit.
I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't even know that.
This is...
You know, and so how is it that no kid is being left behind?
It seems like you're leaving everybody behind.
Who is not reading because these classrooms are so large and everybody learns different. I learn way different than you.
Yep.
My sister Diane learned way different than me. So just because I learn different makes me special. Yeah. I mean, I know I am special, but... No, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Like, how do you categorize or label these children who just learn a little different?
Well, there should be a system. Like, they should. This is the thing, is that we're not fucking teachers. You have a notary signing company. You've been doing legal services for how long? I've been working on jets and helicopters and aircraft for almost 20 years now. And like I said, we didn't go to school for this shit.
Yeah.
Like the school system, it's kind of sad, and it's sad to think about, but it is so screwed up. You know, like the no kid left behind. Like, it seems like you're leaving a bunch of kids behind just by passing them all to the next grade.
Right.
They're not ready.
Yeah. You know, it just doesn't make any kind of sense.
But Joey is like, we've been working with him at home. You more than I have. And whenever I get home from work. Like, you guys are sitting at the table, you guys are reading, you're doing your math, and then days when you're not here, the few days that you're not here, then I do the homework with you.
You know, honestly, and then we could go on to the next subject if we have time, but last year, like, we were totally busy. Like, everything, there was news, you started jujitsu, we started jujitsu as a family, like, there was just a lot going on, and I know that I wasn't working with them like I should have been working with them because I was so focused on business. Right? Like, my balance, I was so off balance. And the teacher last year, I don't feel like the communication was not there. I mean, we requested to talk to her. Yeah. We talked to the principal and the teacher. Yeah. And she was a new teacher.
And I told them the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't go to school for this.
Yeah.
He's here. I mean, if he's here 6.5 hours a day, if he doesn't know what he needs to know, this is a reflection on your school.
Right. Right. But they expect us, you know, which is fine, like, to work with him, but not my poor son, an hour, 2 hours, because, you know, he's just done. He's checked out already.
I don't know if this is something that people need to do, like, as people. I don't know if we need to put it back on the school. Be like, look, and, you know, it's so messed up. Like, I just don't know. Because... You know, the teacher should get paid what they're worth, but then at the same time, if you if they tax, you know what? If they were to tax us more, to pay teachers more,
And they did what they were supposed to
I'm
do.
cool. Yeah. No, even if they paid them more, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I just don't trust the government. I don't trust that they're going to tax us more and that money is going to get to the teacher.
Right.
Because somebody's got to get their fucking greasy little fingers in that pot and get some money out.
Yeah.
One way or another. So I don't know, man. It's kind of fucking sad to even think about all that shit. But I don't know. I have no idea
Anyways, yeah.
how this is.
But
gonna
it's our
work.
taxes, so you would feel that we would have more say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the truth is, there's really only a handful of things that the kids really need to be successful.
Right.
They need to know how to write and read, and they need basic math. Like I've said this before,
Yeah.
like out of everybody that I know, I have probably one of the most technical jobs where I actually use math,
Yeah.
but I don't use that much. Like I use adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. I'm not
Yeah.
using calculus or algebra or none of that shit.
Yeah.
So that's all you really need to get good at. And then aside from that, the only reason that you need that stuff is so that you know how to plug it into a calculator.
Right.
Because you don't need to know all the how to
Yeah.
do all that shit in your head.
We did not mention the hurricane that's taking place today in Florida.
Yeah.
Where your
So
mom
that
lives
hurricane, we also have family in Puerto Rico. And
yeah.
thank goodness the hurricane kind of turned north and
Wow.
missed Puerto Rico.
Right.
But now it's headed towards Florida.
Right.
So what is it? Hurricane
Dorian?
Dorian?
Yes. So Miguel's mom lives in
In the Atlantic.
the Atlantic in Florida, and she is right off the coast. Like,
Yeah.
she's 2 blocks away from.
Oh, yeah. She's like right on
Yeah.
the beach. She
And
goes to
so-
the beach every morning. We love you, Mom.
Yes, love you.
Yeah.
So I called her yesterday just to see how everything was going, and I'm telling you, her man like set their house up like
They got
it's
a bunker.
protected. Yeah, it's like a bunker.
Yep.
So they never evacuate. Like everyone's supposed to be evacuating, and she's like, "Oh no, those weather people don't know what they're talking about. Besides, we're pretty solid."
Yeah.
She's like, when it's over, we're going to go around and take pictures of our friends' houses just to show them, you
Yeah.
know, what the damage is and this and this and that. But she cracks me up because she's like so confident, and I'm being confident with her, but I'm a little like, you know, worried about it, you know,
My
worried about
stepdad's
her.
like, when the hurricane's coming, my stepdad's like, bring it.
No, I told her, I'm like, Mom, but this is your excuse.
Yeah.
Come over.
It's funny because she posted something on Facebook. She posted a meme, and it's like that cha-cha song.
Yeah.
And it's like the Hurricane Dorian be like, slide to the north, slide to the south, crisscross, crisscross. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now everybody crap your pants.
Crap your pants. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyways, we
So
hope
hopefully
that,
everybody
you know,
everybody
yes.
that's in the path of the hurricane is safe.
Yes, definitely. Sending blessings and
Yeah.
love and hugs.
So,
Positive energy your
Do you
way.
have any other stuff for the podcast this week? Anything that you want to get to? Because we're
Yeah, we can get to some of the other. Yeah, I was going to talk about social media and how everybody's wanting to be famous. And
what is that? You want to be famous?
no. But just, you know, yeah, we'll get into that because we need more time than what we have. So I'll move that over till next week.
So
Oh, wait.
what's up? Go ahead.
Because I think this is kind of funny.
What's that?
So Miguel has these signs or a sign in front of our house that
I got a couple
states
signs.
that we practice our Second Amendment.
This house is protected
Protected, okay.
by the Second
And
Amendment.
it has a picture of a gun.
Yes.
And on our side gate as well.
Yes.
And we live in a Mormon community. Anyways, the other day it was so funny because I saw these kids and they were like selling something. They were older kids. They were probably like high school, maybe junior, somewhere around there. And
Yeah.
it's so cute because I saw them. They were all excited. They were going to come up to the house and I'm sitting in the office.
And you're like, oh, they're coming to the door.
I have the window, you know, so I can see everybody coming in. And they freaked out when they saw your sign. They did not come to the door.
That means the sign is doing its
They
job.
did not come to the door.
No, so the reason that, not that we mind kids coming up and trying to sell us stuff, but the reason that we got the sign.
know, we are the house.
I don't
on
give
the
a
block.
shit. We are also
that
the house on the block that's right next to the.
It was a group home for girls.
So the house next door to us was a group home for girls, but
Which
then the
I was
girls
working
moved out.
with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, And now it is like a behavioral health house it's
For adults.
It's a halfway house, right? The thing
I
is
don't
that
know.
I don't even know how this
I don't
works.
think that's the title though. Like
It's kind of
I don't
weird.
know.
You know what? But it's been a month or two or a few weeks or
Yeah.
something. And you know what? It's going better than we thought it would
Yeah.
be.
Because with
it's
the
been-
girls, we always had cops. You know,
We
we
had
always had
cops out front.
cops.
There
It
was
was
always
always packed.
people in and out of the house and stuff
Yeah.
going on with the people next door.
It's been more quiet.
It's been quiet. Maybe they
Yeah.
just want to keep to themselves, which is cool with me and everybody else in the neighborhood. But I just wanted like to
We
put up
just
some
didn't know.
signs.
Yeah.
You know, just letting people know, like, hey, if the thought even crosses your mind about coming into this house, you might get shot. And
we live in a good neighborhood, by the way.
No, it's a nice
So-
neighborhood. But the thing is that, like, people might think, you know, it's just people judging.
Yeah.
Like, they may not know exactly. Like, I wouldn't normally put up a sign like that
Right.
because I don't give a shit. I keep it to myself.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? I'm putting it up, and they probably think I'm like some right-wing fucking maniac that just, you know, sits there and counts his guns and bullets, and I'm
Right.
cleaning shit constantly or whatever,
Right.
which I'm not like that. But,
Yeah.
you know, I put it up just in case.
Anyways, I thought that was funny. Those poor kids. Like, oh heck no, we're not going.
Yeah.
And I haven't had. Usually, I get friends coming over on certain days to save us, and you know, and I don't get them over anymore, man.
Yeah.
I think it's your signs.
Yep. So
Amazon people just like use our box. They use frisbees. You know, they're
they
like,
just
oh,
throw
here's a
shit.
box.
They're
Just
like, I'm not getting anywhere near that house. Yeah.
oh, anyways.
A couple podcasts ago, we talked about going and getting tattoos.
Oh, yes.
And then we actually went to a tattoo shop.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
So just to kind
They
of
scared me though.
Did they?
Heck yeah. They're like, this is going to be super painful. You have 0 tattoos and you want to get the whole side of your body?
Yeah.
Tattoo,
Yeah. Zero.
you know?
He was saying like the ribs are going to be
Like
the most
worst.
painful. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we kind of checked
Kinda
it out.
checked
We
it
haven't done
out.
anything yet.
No.
I guess once we do it, maybe we can post some pictures or whatever of certain parts
Yeah.
because yours titties
Like,
out and all that
yeah.
shit. But yeah, we went to go get some information, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that
just kind of
was.
taking a step towards it, you know,
Yeah.
and seeing what it's all about. And then I also recently I earned a free pass to compete in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, babe. But so I was gonna compete in October.
Right.
I don't know if I should compete in October because I got this free pass and it's for a
No,
competition
yeah.
in November.
Yeah, that'd be October and
And-
November.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna save it and I'm just gonna compete in November. I'm gonna get in shape and just kind of get ready.
You're already in shape. You a
Nah,
little cold?
I got a
These
lot of
nipples.
Hey,
You a
get
little
off.
cold?
I got a lot of work to do. You know,
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu wise and getting in shape wise.
You're crazy.
Well, I don't
You're
want to go and make an
perfect.
ass of myself because this is the thing. Like, I do take this shit serious
Yes.
because it's not just like everything else. Mm-hmm. Like when Audrey doesn't know something, it's a reflection of the teacher that taught her,
Right.
and I take it seriously. I like my
Yeah.
team. I mean, I love
I'm
the
talking
team.
about the whole shape thing, babe.
No, that's.
You know, might have
So.
fine to me.
I just want to make sure that I don't have any regrets when it's done.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
Yay. Well, this was a very interesting
Damn,
podcast.
it went by
By the
quick.
way, you know, it's like we were just talking about this and we don't have time to talk about it right
There
now.
goes
but
the speech.
about like speaking your mind. Like if we could all read your mind, right? Like
Yeah.
what's going on?
Not
in
everything
there?
is what it seems.
Right. And just speaking the truth and being able to be ourselves and, you know, speak about the things that we want to speak about. Like there's things that we're going to talk about that you may think about, but not really want to talk about
In public, yeah.
in public. Yeah. So with this, you know,
Yeah,
podcast, just know that we may talk about some things. Don't judge us. Don't judge us.
You're a
All right.
dork. I don't even know what the hell that was this last minute. But anyway, you guys will figure it
Episode
out.
22.
22. So,
Yes.
Anyway, thank you guys for being with us. We've come to the end of the podcast.
Yes.
We appreciate all of you guys listening to the
Yes.
podcast. You got anything?
Listen, like, subscribe, hit the little bell so every time a new episode comes out,
you get notifications.
Yes.
Share it.
All that good stuff.
OppositesAttractPod.com.
Come visit us.
Yeah, we
Not
appreciate
today.
you guys. Not today, because we're going to have fun as soon as we turn this off. So thank you guys.
Yes, thank you. We will see you next week.
Next week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.